Hi everyone, this is going to be Algebra 2B going over lesson 93 with you. Here are some notes that you are going to need to write down somewhere because we're going to use this when we are solving for lesson 93 problems. So this is some of your notes, which I will go over with you in just a second. So let's not do that yet. But on lesson 93, if you guys open your books to page 386, it talks about the three different types of solutions that you can get when you are trying to solve using the quadratic formula. So those three types of answers are going to be either a single real number, two different real numbers, or two different complex numbers. And actually, that is all determined by one part of the quadratic formula, which is the b squared minus 4ac. And what this expression determines is the type of answer we will get. And we say that this expression discriminates between the possible types of answers. That's why this is called the discriminant. So what you are going to be doing is not solving for the whole quadratic formula. What you're going to be doing is solving for just part of it, because that part is going to tell us, that solution will tell us what type of solution we are going to get using the quadratic formula. So you need to pay attention closely to what these problems are asking. Now, these are the notes, again, that you are going to need to write down. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, the solution is going to be one real number. You're only going to have one answer if you were to solve out the whole quadratic formula. If b squared minus 4ac equals a positive number, there are two real number solutions. And then if b squared minus 4ac equals a negative number, the equation has two complex solutions. So again, we're not actually solving for what those solutions are. We are just asking you to solve for what type of solution it's going to be. Either one real number, either two real number solutions, or two complex solutions. So those are our three different options. What we're going to start by doing is we're just going to go through the examples. So if you look at 93.1, it says, what kind of solutions does the equation x squared equals negative 4x plus 2 have? And it says do not solve. So you're not actually solving for what x is equal to. We are just trying to decide from our list if b squared minus 4ac equals 0, if it equals a positive number, if it equals a negative number. So what I'm going to do is, before I can actually plug into b squared minus 4ac, I actually need to set this equal to 0. So this would be x squared plus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. I brought everything over to the left. Now my a is going to be 1, my b will be 4, and my c is going to be equal to negative 2. Now we're not solving for the whole quadratic formula. All you're solving for is the b squared minus 4ac. Now when I plug in my variables, I'm going to have 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2. So now I plug in my variables, and 4 squared is going to give me 16. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 2 is going to be positive 8. So when I add that together, we get 24. Now, b squared minus 4ac is equal to a positive number. So if it's equal to a positive number, that means there are going to be two real number solutions. So I would say there are going to be two real number solutions. And that right there would be your answer. It didn't actually ask me to solve. All it asked me to do was to tell them what kind of solutions does this equation give me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the second one. It says, what kind of roots does the equation negative 2x, negative 3x squared, and minus 8 have? Do not solve. Again, we're given negative 2x equals negative 3x squared minus 8. Again, it says do not solve. It just says to find out what type of roots it has. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to set this equal to 0, bringing everything over to the left, giving me 3x squared minus 2x plus 8 is equal to 0. So now I have a is 3, b is -2, and c is 8. Now I'm plugging it into the b squared minus 4ac. So my b squared would be -2 squared minus 4 times a times c. So -2 squared would give me 4, but then I have 12 times 8 should give us 96, so minus 96. So 4 minus 96 would give me -92. All right, so it equals a negative number. So I'm gonna go back to my cheat sheet here that says b squared minus 4ac equals a negative number. The equation has two complex solutions. So my answer is gonna be that there are two complex solutions, and that would be your answer. Now what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video and I want you guys to try number 6 in the lesson. Try number 6 in the lesson. And then when you're done trying, then I will then unpause the video and then you can do it with me to make sure you did it right. So number 6. So pause the video now so that you can try it and then check your answer with me. I have x squared equals -5x plus 1. And it says, use the discriminant to determine the type of solutions that each equation has. Do not solve. So all I'm doing again is solving for the b squared minus 4ac. Before I can do that, you need to set this equation equal to 0. That would give me x squared plus 5x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now my a is going to be 1, my b will be 5, and my c is equal to -1. So when I'm plugging this into b squared minus 4ac, I would get 5 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -1. Now 5 squared is going to give us 25. -4 times 1 is -4, times -1 would be +4. Well, look at that. It comes up with a positive number. It would be positive 29. So now I'm going to go to my sheet and it says if b squared minus 4ac equals a positive number, there are two real number solutions. So my answer is that there are going to be two real number solutions. And that would be your answer. Now moving on, we're gonna look at number 7. So I would like you to pause this video and I want you to try number 7 on your own before unpausing it and making sure you did it correctly. So number 7, again, we're doing the same thing. Use the discriminant to determine the type of solution that each equation has. Do not solve. So I have -3x equals -2x squared minus 5. Now before I can use the discriminant, I have to set this equation equal to 0. I'm going to move everything over to the left-hand side, which would give me 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. Now this is going to be my a, this will be my b, and this is going to be my c. Again, you're plugging into b squared minus 4ac. My b is -3, so -3 squared minus 4 times a times c. Now -3 squared is going to give you +9. And then we have 4 times 2 times 5, which would give me 40. But when I subtract 40 from 9, I get -31. Now, what type of solution is that going to give me? If I look back at my notes, it says b squared minus 4ac equals a negative number. The equation has two complex solutions. So my answer is going to be I'm going to have 2 complex solutions, and that would be your answer. And that concludes your new material on lesson 93. Please, under this video in the comment section, please list any other questions that you have on lesson 93A. Hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.